All right, boys and girls. Monday morning, getting ready for market open here at 9:30, and it looks like we had quite a bit of excitement in pre-market trading here. Look at this, just absolute rocket. Um, and to tell you the truth, I have no idea what it was caused that. I imagine there was some kind of specific news that happened. So let's just go through our process here and take a look at what's going on. All right, nothing major today in the way of yeah, nothing major today in the way of any letters going on. Okay, yeah, there's just not much there. Um, all right. Um, so we'll just go through our regular process. We have got about 10 minutes to market open. So let's get some. There we go. Now I can see the screen a little better. Let's get some uh, market analysis done and see where the day takes us. So, obviously, with this big spike, this is just, I mean, just out of control. So,
Order filled.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Order filled.
I didn't want to place an order. What the hell was that? Why is this acting dumb now? Okay. That was bizarre. Holy smokes, people. I hope we don't end up with a weird one here. All right. So, we've had a clear downtrend, and, and I gotta tell you, we've pretty much with this one right here. Holy smokes, we've literally smoked the swept all of these. I mean, I don't even know where to begin with that. I'm gonna leave them in place just because for some reason or another they seem to be other target zones, but we have stuff that's, I mean, at this point we're looking at oh my goodness, let me see. We got a fair value gap, 1 hourly fair value gap right here that we tested and respected. Same here, tested and respected. It's clearly been an area of resistance right up through these highs right here. Um, Not much of a fair value gap anywhere else. We got a really tiny one right here. And then from there, we just move right up to what is beginning to look like back to market highs. So I guess we're going to see where this takes us today. I'm going to have to just be patient and not give myself FOMO or get into a place where if I'm missing a move, I'm feeling like I'm just jumping on a trend and then get stuck. It does look like things have settled down since whatever this move was, and they're now reestablished right up in this area of what would seem like normality, considering the last few days of the drop of price dropping. So clearly, New York feels that the market should be more stabilized up around here. With that being said, it's going to be difficult to really see where the retrace is going to be coming down. If anything, just maybe a little bit of a manipulation down to create some liquidity and then sweeping back up, a continuation, heading back up to highs. It's either going to be that, or in the cases when we saw a super high spike, we're going to see a super severe drop. And it's really going to be tough to tell what direction that's going to go in, because I don't think we've seen anything like this in quite a while. Um, that being said, you know, let's mark out some areas of liquidity and see where that takes us. Hmm. Yeah, Yeah, we took out all kinds of areas here. Well, might as well just get rid of them, I guess. They're not really helping us right now. This is kind of wide open territory right now, boys and girls. We're I haven't been trading for a very long. I mean, I haven't been an active trader for some time. So seeing spikes like these, this is normally something I see on like when I was trading small caps. You'd see something like this on an IPO is when you'd see something like this. But on an index, I can't recall that I've ever seen a spike this high on an index outside of something significant with news or war or something. But considering that this is something that happened where it did, I mean, I guess we could check the news and just see what news items have been happening here. Let me see here. Sharp swings. What happened 2.5 hours ago? Okay, postponed strikes on Iranian power plants, so things are spiking. Okay, interesting, interesting. All right, well, we've got market open in about 4 minutes. I mean, there's no areas of liquidity to mark out necessarily because everything from London and then pre-market is just nutty. Pretty much swept everything. So if I had to guess, we're probably going to be taking a pretty heavy drop right down through here and then curling back up. So we'll see what happens. That's crazy for that to happen in a 5 minute candle like that. Not much of a move. It's just nutty. Oh, and in other news, I am also trading on two Eval accounts right now um, together as a tandem. So we're going to see how that goes. Hmm. All right, about 2 minutes to market open. Like I said, we might see a slight dip and then a move higher. Right now, I'm thinking liquidity sweep is going to happen somewhere down here, and then we're going to push up to these highs here, and then on S&P these highs here. So right now, previous New York highs are the closest thing, and those are from probably last Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday. Maybe that was Wednesday. And then we've got a lot of highs to pull to up here. So. Okay, just about a minute to market open. Got a small value gap. Looks like it's inversing on the 5-minute there. Same for on S&P. Okay. One minute here.
Order filled.
Okay, and
Order
amount.
filled.
That was a good one right there. Just a quick spike. Okay. All right, we're good on that account. Just took a quick scalp at open on that one for the opening move, which I felt was going to be a pretty sharp move downward. So I was able to take advantage of that scalp. So now we're going to lock in on what we're doing here. Okay, I'm going to move to the 1 minute on this and take a look at what that's doing. Okay, we did not break structure here. Even though we're in a downtrend. So we're actually looking to see if we break structure to the upside, which would be right here. Wow, we're getting a lot of quick moves here. A lot of whipsaw, so we're just going to wait a minute. Yeah, they're still trying to figure out what they're going to do. Whether they're going to do any kind of actual manipulation here, what direction it's going to go, what it's going to take from there. It's interesting that it's now has a British guy that says order filled, and I didn't have that before on my thing. Now my computer did do an update last night, so I wonder if maybe that's part of the reason. But dang, that's interesting that it decided to add some extra stuff. But I wonder if it's because I'm trading on my Trade uh, brokerage account as well as on TradingView, um, different accounts, but through the same Trade uh, um, prop firm. Yeah. Okay. So I'm using the same prop firm. I'm using what am I using? Alpha Futures. I think I'm using Alpha Futures for everything. Yeah. So the one that I just traded is my funded account, and then the one that I'm looking to trade now is going to be the two Eval accounts that are linked currently. So they'll mirror trade to each other, if that makes sense. So right now we look pretty range bound. We are continuing in a downward trend here, even if with some slight movement. So I'm just going to let this hang out. We're in a new 5 minute candle now. All right, so now we're going to see if we get continuation downward or if we are um, going to get our reversal. And I'm thinking we're still going to get our downward movement because that just doesn't seem like enough of a market manipulation to warrant a continuation move just yet. But again, that's just speculation. And hey, what do I know? That's just my best educated guess based on the historical movements and psychology of the trading market. Just remember, as soon as you think you know what it's going to do, it can surprise you. And the market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. So trade carefully, boys and girls. So right now I'm just using S&P in the 1 minute to be able to see micro movements of what's going on in NASDAQ. Now I know that's kind of odd, but since the two of them are very closely correlated, I will get a pretty good idea of what's happening in the smaller units over here by what I'm seeing in the movements here without having to constantly switch back and forth. And then, of course, I can see them both down here on my lower screen as well, um, on the Trade platform. Really, I'm just waiting for some activity. I'm waiting to see a break of structure. I'm waiting to see, some kind of significant continuation move or liquidity sweep. Um, I took a quick opening range scalp, or I should say, opening market scalp on a quick move. It was pretty speculative, but it did pay off. So I'm done with that. So right now um, I'm using the TradingView platform to see things a little more clearly than what's being offered me on Trade because Trade right now does not have the same capability for target levels that I wanted it to have, that I was trying to get it to have. Um, I just wasn't able to mark out things as easily. But I'll use uh, I'll use TradingView as my reference, and then I'll actually trade on the Trade platform, which is down here. But right now they've got identical charts on both. So the charts that are up here are the same charts that are down here. They're just on two different platforms, so I can trade in tandem on the two eval accounts down here on the Trade platform because the TradingView platform will not allow me to do that um, unless I have a third party uh, mirroring program implemented, which at the moment is I'm I'm not really feeling like I want to spend the $200 to get that particular piece of software implemented. At least not until I can just work proof of concept right here first, that I can tandem trade two accounts at the same time and make them both work. That's really going to be the goal here. So while I've been jibber jabbering, right now we are looking at a possibility of getting a break of structure to the upside on the 5 minute on NASDAQ. We haven't even done that on the 1 minute in the S&P. Yeah, we got a lot. There is no break of structure for there until way up here. So better to stay on the 1 minute here and just see if we get something there. Looks like we might get the break of structure on the 1 minute here, which is a good indication we're probably going to be getting it here. And if we do get the break of structure here, then that's where I'll begin looking at maybe targeting London highs or pre-market highs with a long. We don't have it quite yet. So just take a look at the 1 minute here. I'm going to look at the 1 minute on the chart down below. There we go. Okay, so we do have a break of structure on the 1 minute, but not on the 5, and it does look like it's struggling a little bit to get up above that. So I'm going to wait. This is a waiting game now. Sorry about that, boys and girls. Just doing the morning sinus clearing. We're still bouncing around with a whole lot of nothing going on. People just chilling. Boy, it would have been exciting to see who happened to get in on that trade right there, though, during this candle, if anybody did. I'm sure that there's some people that maximize that. I mean, holy crap, that's got to be $10,000 move on a single. That's at least 7 or 8,000 on a single contract that you would have made on that one, just in that one candle, if you were fortunate enough to be in the trade as that was coming up. Also very encouraging for those who are in more long-term trades, watching the indexes drop the way they were, losing value. So your long-term investors definitely were able to be happy by that. All right, we're starting to look bullish. There we go. Okay, looks like we're testing a break of structure to the upside, which we can probably reasonably expect is going to happen. And once we do, I'll just wait for a little bit of a pullback on the 1 minute and see if there's a place to enter. And if we do get a break of structure, depending on how quick it moves, I mean, target would probably be somewhere here or even here. So we'll just see what it gives us. But right now, although we are going to finish with a higher high, um, until we have an actual break of structure, I don't believe we're fully committed yet to taking the trade. And I better get down here because this is where I'm going to take the trade. Okay. On the 1 minute, we're seeing a pullback. We're pressing. Definitely working an uptrend on the 1 minute. Haven't quite made it on the 5 minute yet, so I'm still holding tight. It has not given me. We're still technically in a downtrend, guys, until it actually closes above that previous high. Now we have something where we have a high. So if we get a break of structure above this high, break of structure above this high, somewhere up in here, I think we're going to be okay. We're real close to getting back into an uptrend. It's just not enough. It's just not enough yet. It's almost like there's some consolidation going on. A lot of sideways, not a lot of stuff breaking out. So there we go. Starting to see something happen. See, like I said, boys and girls, we're still in a downtrend. Or I should say a bearish pricing flow, order flow. Bearish order flow. There we go. How about we say that? Right now, we're still in a bearish order flow. Okay, now we look like we're doing something. If we can get this to close up above, this would be a good buy signal. There we go. Starting to see something happen here. Let's get a little bit of a pullback. Okay, looks like we're going to get our break of structure here, and if we do, we'll wait for a slight pullback, and then we'll be able to get in on a buy. There we go. Let's wait for this to pull back just a little. There we go.
Order filled.
Okay, so I'm in long. Whoa. See, that should have been my pullback right there. I'm actually going to hop in again. I'm going to go 2 contracts on this.
Order filled.
Shoot. This might stop me out on my max loss for the day. Yep.
Order filled.
Damn. All right. Shit. All right.
Order filled.
That stopped me out on my max loss for the day. All right. So looks like on my other ones here, let's take a look real quick. Not the way I wanted it to go. These are always a little tough. Okay. So I hit max daily drawdown on the Eval accounts. But had a really positive day on the funded account. Yeah, and what do you know? There it goes. Son of a bitch. If I'd have waited for the pullback and then taken it, it was just bad timing. It was bad timing. Man. Oh, that's frustrating. So frustrating. Should have waited for a bigger pullback. And then once it broke above, I'd have that move right there. Son of a gun. Wow. And it's going right where I wanted it to. All right. That is super frustrating. Super frustrating that the timing didn't work out. See, this is also the problem with these eval counts is you don't have enough you don't have enough room for a drawdown. I guess if I was playing with micros, on the micros I probably would have done okay, but then you also don't build the account as quickly. So, you gotta really consider the risk there. And so, all right. So bittersweet day today. hit max daily drawdown on the two evals, but I did profit pretty good on the funded. Um, so that's going to be it for today. Um, we will jump back into this tomorrow. And so for now, I'm going to switch to paper and just look at the way the market goes for another 30 minutes or an hour or so. But for the rest of you, hope that you did well in your trades today, and I hope you're learning something from my experiences, good, bad, or indifferent. You know, at this point, I've got 50 of these videos up now, tracking 50 consecutive trading days over a period of about, well, just about 2 months now. So, um, as we continue, we will be, I'll be very happy to have you on this journey with me, and let's see if I get myself to a place where I'm a consistently profitable trader and can actually start drawing a stable income from this. In the meantime, um, my experience becomes your ability to learn something and to see what happens in real time as these things happen. No fluff, no BS, no influencer. I don't know, sparkle and magic. I don't even know how to do that stuff. I can barely figure the technicals on these charts out, let alone try to find a way to doctor anything. But in any event, here, I'll have you take a look at the stuff right here. So right here are the accounts. You can see the way we did today right here down at the bottom. 603 on the funded, the other two, unfortunately, big red days. But thank God for the daily max loss stop. That saved me from potentially having a very bad day. But then at the same time, it did pop back up and could have been profitable. I'm not sure how much further I would have lost money before. I would have seen that thing pop back up. But yeah, that's the nature of the game here. And I took the risk, and, I'm going to have to be okay with that, which for the most part I am. I'm pretty much okay with it. It's frustrating, obviously, and I'm going to want to be very careful about how I trade over the next few days because this is first day trade on these, and to take a loss like that is just really, yeah, it's a tough deal. So anyway, that'll be it for today. Trade well, boys and girls. Hope you have a great trading day today and great rest of your day. I've got a big task list I want to take care of today, so I'm going to get on with my day. Thanks a lot for joining me, and we will see you on the next one. Alrighty, bye now.